Hello, everyone, and welcome to the April meeting of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission. At this time, I'd like to call on Dr. Gloria Bonner for our prayer and pledge, please.
Thank you. Before I offer prayer, may we please pause for a collective moment of silence in observation of the profound loss of the following: the Covenant School victims and their families, the 101st Airborne Unit and their families, and the recent tornado victims and their families. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. We praise you that you are a very present help in our time of need. Thank you for your daily provisions as a fresh opportunity to experience your love and faithfulness throughout our community. Father, prepare our hearts and minds to continue to serve you as members of the Parks and Rec Commission faithfully. In your Son's name we pray. Amen. Amen. May we stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Bonner. Very nice. Commission members, in front of you, you have our minutes from our last meeting. Take a moment and please review those, and then I'll entertain a motion that we accept.
Move for approval.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Like we were busy last meeting, weren't we? Forget all that went on. First item of new business today, Susan Hicks is going to present the trophy to our band folks from the Christmas parade.
Yes, this is a little late in coming. We had a new program this year at the Christmas Parade, a new competition for the band members. They were judged on the individual bands. We had 6 local bands in the Christmas Parade this past year. They were judged on the following criteria: on following directions, on their presentation, and their performance. It was a wonderful new program that we wanted to incorporate the bands, and they also got to stop at the bandstand and perform for City TV. So this year, the winner, the very first winner, goes to the Blaze Band at Blackman High School. They will receive a rotating trophy. This trophy right here will rotate to each school at whoever wins at that current Christmas parade. So this is their rotating trophy, and then they get another trophy that they get to keep at their school. So I would like to recognize that Brenda Monson and Mr. Wright are here today to accept the rewards. They're the band directors at Blackman High School. And there you go.
I want to say, Susan, you're still up, but congratulations to you guys and the Blackman Band. I know I was telling y'all before the meeting, that's a tough thing to sit in that parking lot for hours and hours.
Hours.
You know, what it seems like. I can remember doing it, and it's cold sometimes, so I know y'all did a good job keeping everybody corralled, so thank you again. Congratulations. Okay, Susan.
Okay, I'm up again. Then the next thing I want to do is introduce you to our new 2023 laureates. We have 2 this year. The first I want to introduce you to is Kara Kemp. I'm going to read a little bit of her bio for you real quick. Kara Kemp is a Murfreesboro native with an eclectic career in management and creative arts who fosters collaboration and connection through storytelling, coaching, and community involvement. She applied for the laureate program, and we interviewed her and got a lot of good ideas from her about what she sees as her role as laureate with the city. She will be our performing arts laureate. Kara is an excellent storyteller, and she's able to teach classes and do different things so people are able to tell their own stories publicly. So we are very, very glad to have her with us, and congratulations, Kara. She's going to say a few things.
Thank you all. I just want to say it is a real honor to represent the town that I grew up in, where my mom and my grandmother taught, and to be able to build bridges through stories and doing what I love. So I thank you for the opportunity to represent where my artistic passion started and connect people through them. So thanks.
Our next laureate is our poet laureate. Mike James comes from us from all over the country, kind of. He began writing at 15 out of South Carolina. Today he makes his home in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and over the past year, Mike has taken it upon himself to share his love of writing throughout the community. And he is an excellent poet. I think he's published 27 books, and he's lived in Murfreesboro for the last few years. And we are very honored to have Mike here. He has a very unique way of looking at art and poetry and how it affects people's lives, as well as the community in which he lives. So I would like to see if Mike would like to come up here and say a few words.
So I've spent the last 30-odd years doing most of my talking in front of a typewriter instead of in front of a group. So let me just say I appreciate this great honor. I appreciate the welcome that Murfreesboro has shown me as a member of the arts community over the last couple of years, since I am not a native, but have become one. So I appreciate this honor and hope that I serve it out well. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations to Kara and Mike. Thank y'all for your good work, and look forward to good things coming this next year from you guys. So thanks a lot. Next on the agenda, Nate, you're going to go over our 8-month financial report, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Before you is our 8th-month financial report, and like I said, we've been trying to include these with you just to keep you up to date. We just submitted our initial budget for next fiscal year, 23-24, and we're just in the beginning processes of that, and I'll keep you updated as we go through our administrative approval and then eventually to City Council. So that's in the early phases. This is just kind of a snapshot. We're still performing very well. We do have some higher expenditures that are caused from inflationary pressures, a lot of areas like janitorial supplies and other things across the board. Utilities have just been astronomical this year, but that's not just us. It's been what we've seen really across the city and, just across the board in general. So that's a snapshot. We're tracking well with our revenues, and then I think we're looking pretty good.
Questions?
I have a question. Is Bradley Academy Museum, is it going to set a record this year? It looks like they've already met their anticipated goal.
Yeah, I think so. Bradley Academy has really taken on, the museum has Museum and Cultural Center has taken on some different events, and we're really rethinking how we can engage the community. I think our staff has worked really hard to come up with some creative things to really engage people with this really historically significant facility.
Thank you.
Nate, what's that delta on Siegel Park? $100,000.
Siegel is hard right now to gauge. So right now, the last number I ran, we've met our revenues already, and we're 30% higher than any other previous year that we've had on record, and we're 8 months into the year. So we just really opened up the facility for full capacity last Friday, or I guess 2 Fridays ago. So it's really an unknown, and we're trying to nail down really what our projection is for that facility in the next fiscal year. We don't want to overestimate, but I think at the end of this year, we'll have a really good estimate on how it's going to perform moving forward. So I think the simple version is what we've taken in right now to date. It might not be it's not reflected in this, but it's 30% higher than any other year that we've had on history or on record of Siegel Park, and it's just 8 months into the year. And that's due to the improvements that have been made, and the staff that work out there work really diligently to utilize that facility in the most efficient and effective manner, and really, taking the brakes off. And if you see that facility Monday through, I guess Sunday through Saturday, it's busy.
Thank you.
And that doesn't really reflect also, we can go into a whole other topic as the economic impact, but we're working on nailing that number down as well, the tens of millions of dollars it brings into the community. It's pretty impressive.
Just want to mention that you, given your performance out there at the ribbon cutting, you need a little work on your soccer game.
Appreciate the recommendation. I'll work on it. I was just really excited to see somebody kicking a soccer ball out there, so I had to get in on the action. It's been a long time coming. Appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for your commitment to Movies Under the Stars. That's been 4 generations for our family, and we look forward to it every year.
Movies Under the Stars is our longest running program in Parks and Recreation. It's not going anywhere. And I have to say, it's something we've always offered, Dr. Bonner, but Susan Hicks and her cultural arts staff have taken it on and have really just embraced it and engaging people in a unique way. And we've also added a night where we take Movies Under the Stars over to the fountains off Medical Center. So we partner with Mr. Graby and his team, and just giving people a different view of the city at large.
Any other questions for Nate? Nate, thank you so much. Next item on the agenda, Susan, you should have just stayed up there.
Well, now I need to present a new program we would like to incorporate in the Greenway Art Festival. The Greenway Art Festival has been going on for, I think, 16 years. And this year, we would like to incorporate a youth program as well for fine arts. We're going to be getting in touch with the local high schools and possibly some elementary schools. They're going to have to submit the same way any other artist would on our submittable page. And their children, they will be judged. And then if they are accepted into the show, they will be able to come free of charge and sell their artwork to the public at the Greenway Art Festival. We've got several different ways we're doing this. If it's a school, a high school, or a homeschool program, the school themselves can submit several different pieces of their students' artwork. Or if they're individuals, for whatever reason, students want to submit, we will judge them accordingly, and if they are accepted into the festival, we will group them together in a booth, so they will be able to still sell their artwork. I recommend that you approve this new program that we want to start at the Greenway Art Festival. Are there any questions?
Do you have any idea how many booths might be for these kids?
I have plenty of room, so depending on the interest of the schools and the students, we will be able to accommodate, as long as it meets those guidelines of fine art and it is appropriate for the festival. They will come in and they will sell their art.
Very good. Any other questions for Susan?
I move to approve this addition.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Susan. Been busy today. You're busy all the time. Another busy person is Allison Davison.
This one I'm not actually doing, though, so I get to take a break with that. But we were approached recently by a company, Kiddo Kinetics, and they, pretty much what they do is they offer sporting programs for children of all ages, but specifically for us right now, we were approached about hitting an age group from about 5 to 10 or 12, running a program with pre-sports activities. It's just a kind of little fun exercise class that Stephen would like to do. We're looking at McKnight Field, somewhere in the park. They want to be outside as much as possible. We'll use SportsCom as a rain facility if need be. But Stephen's just going to offer this class hopefully on Tuesdays and Thursdays around 11 o'clock for people who would like to bring their children in to engage in some sporting activities, just some fun and games, and just get out and be active. So we're looking for approval for that contract.
Is it, will it run for a month, every Tuesday and Thursday, or how many weeks?
We are looking at having it to be a long-term program with even a possibility of if it takes off. Right now, we're just starting with kind of toddlers in elementary schools, but they have the staff and they have the capabilities to offer sports-specific programs and to offer things for a higher range of children as well. So it has a potential to grow. We're just going to look at starting out right now for that little target, the target audience of younger children. And if that works out, if that picks up, then we'll go back and look at seeing perhaps adding more programs. But we are looking at a potentially a long term, as long as it does well and everyone's happy.
Any questions for Allison?
And you said the younger kids, elementary, so that would be summer only?
It is, what he's doing right now is he's looking at primarily, it's not a homeschool program, but he already has a target audience of people that he's already going. So we're looking at school-aged children during the school year for homeschool, but also for during the summer, we can have those that are in traditional school as well. But we are looking at year-round. So during the school year, it would be for homeschool children or children who aren't old enough to start school yet. And then during the summer, he is planning on running through the summer as well. So then that will catch those other children who go to traditional schools.
Is a contractor necessary? Don't we have the expertise on staff to offer these services?
We do have the expertise on staff, but any opportunity that we have for adding more programming, it's not this particular program, it's not going to interfere or conflict with any of our other programs. It's just a way for us to add additional opportunities for the community to engage in these activities. And they've already got the equipment, they already have the staff, so that's just a way for us to offer more.
How'd you arrive at the 30% gross?
I'm sorry?
How'd you arrive at the 30% of the gross revenue?
It's standard whenever we do this type of professional service.
Standard.
So what we do is we look at, and we get approached by many groups to do these types of things, but we vet those and we consider these to be our types of programs that we might not have the bandwidth to offer. So they're extension of us to some certain extent. So it's a standard for us for a professional service. But like I said, we just don't have the capacity at some point to be able to offer, but we think they can offer it in some ways on our behalf.
My last question is, what type of background checks are run on the people who provide these services to the children?
Contractually, we run them through every single background check that we would run an employee through to make sure that they would be okay.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Good questions.
So the fees they establish the fees for the programs?
Yes, they establish the fees for the programs, and then they offer us on a monthly basis a the records of what they have taken in, and then it's a 30% that they give us.
And you said the term of the agreement is, how long are we?
This current contract is a one-year contract, and of course, they're built in where either party can end the contract, you know, with notice. But we're looking at a year, but it has a potential of, a lot of our contracts that we do, the programs are very successful, and we just resubmit the contract every year if they're good. But this is a one-year contract.
Mr. Shackler, if I could, just so you know, we do a lot of these types of agreements. Traditionally, we have not brought those to the commission, but we've made an effort to engage this group more with this type of activity. We're going to start bringing all of those to the commission. So it's nothing new to some of the ways we operate, but we just want to engage you more in that process so you can see the big picture of some of the things that are being offered and help us vet those items.
And also, this is scheduled to expire on December 31st of this year.
Can you give us an example of another program that's operating in this similar fashion where we are contracting with a group, something we may be familiar with?
We do our swim lessons this way.
Okay.
We partner with Excel Aquatics.
Sure.
We do a variety of different things. I think Excel is a good, example of how we.
Usually, Excel has a pretty long waiting list. I know.
They do, and they can right. And they can accommodate a lot more than we could through hiring, our instructors, and they get really the best of the best instructors.
Sure.
I know right now we're finishing up our infant survival resource. That's finishing up, isn't it? And we do it in the same way. So we have different models, and this is traditionally the same way. Yeah.
Great.
So Nate, am I understanding you to say then, because you say you get a lot of these requests, and I can see in my mind how that would be the case, that generally you use as guidance, if it fits within the bandwidth, and it's not going to have an impact on us pulling down other programs or asking us to kick in money, we consider, and if it's outside that, then that's a whole different evaluation process for those things.
We deny most of them. Most of them seem to be more of a for-profit venture within the parks, using a private park for public game, but we see these individuals as partners who are offering something on our behalf that we see fits into our programming model, and we'd say it fits into our mission and vision as well, and we can add it without, having to increase staff.
Mm-hmm.
So we get multiple requests per week, and most of them are denied just because it doesn't fit into those boxes.
Very good. Good questions.
No other questions, I move for approval.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Thank you, Allison. Dawn Thomas.
Hello, thank you for having me here today. I am talking about the Campfire and Night Hike program fee at the Wilderness Station. We are recommending that the fees be changed for our Campfire and Night Hike program. We recently had one and had 60 people signed up. And unfortunately, the tornadoes and 40-mile-per-hour winds, we decided to cancel it. Something about in the woods and 40-mile-per-hour winds is not a good mix. But we do offer these a lot throughout the year, and it's very popular. It fills up quickly, and we have lots of activities from the owl at night, doing a night hike, the campfire. A lot of times we'll offer some kind of refreshment, and the cost is getting a little bit higher. We also always have to have a minimum of 2 staff there. So currently the program fee is $3 per person, and we would like to charge the fees as follows. Free for 3 and under. Then we would do $3 for 4 to 17-year-olds for our youth, and then $5 for 18 and up. It still keeps it cost effective for families, but it just helps offset the cost for us and the growing cost of everything that we provide. So we are recommending that approve the proposed fees for the Campfire and Night Hike at the Wilderness Station. And you all are welcome to come as well.
When's your next one?
Probably going to be, I'm not sure if we're doing one in May, but probably in fall.
Okay, very good. Any questions for Dawn?
specifically September 22nd.
Okay, sounds like a lot of fun.
Make
If-
a motion for approval.
Okay, Charlie, do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none.
All right, thank you.
See you out at the Wilderness Station.
Yes, come on out. I'll teach you how to do some alcohols.
Okay, Melinda Tate. We gonna be busy?
Well, if you noticed, a lot of our peers went out the door today. They didn't stay for the rest of the meeting because we are very busy. Got a lot of work to do. The first thing I'd like to talk about, it's not really a program, but we were fortunate to receive this cart through a grant, and we're trying to come up with a name for it. It is a mobile accessibility vehicle, and the purpose is to provide individuals with mobility limitations increased access to environmental education, outdoor adventure recreation, and natural resource conservation activities at Barfield Park and other outdoor spaces within Parks and Rec. We've got, if you have time, you can scan the QR code or go to the Outdoor Murfreesboro Facebook page. We're going to have the contest up on the website this afternoon as well. Some people have been commenting on our Facebook page, and they got some very creative answers so far. A few of them made me giggle, but if you want to check that out and maybe enter our contest to help name the cart.
Can I put in a nomination for Bonner's Buggy?
The one that I read right before I got here was Wheelie Nelson. I thought that was pretty funny. On the road again, I don't know.
That was Mr. Turner's suggestion, I think, right?
We've got this fun event coming up this weekend, the Underwater Egg Hunt and Spring Festival at Patterson Park Community Center, Saturday, April 8th. We've got 6 different sessions. Each one is 30 minutes, and you can register online for your time slot. It's limited to 50 people per session, so it's not just a crowd of kids in the pool all at once. $3 per person. And if the child is 3 and under, they must have a parent in the water with them, so keep that in mind. Our Greenway 100 Challenge is very popular. It's coming up. Starting April 15th, you can register online, $10 per person, and you have 1 year to complete 100 miles on the Murfreesboro Greenway system. And I've had people say, well, I'm at the battlefield. Does that count? This is completely on the honor system. So if you think it counts, then we've got a chart where you can keep up with your progress. And at the end, you'll receive a cool sticker and a T-shirt when you finish. Oh, and today is National Walking Day. So going along with that theme, the coffee marathon, $25. We still have a few spots open for that. You can sign up online at runsignup.com. It's 26.2 miles, but it's divided into 9 smaller routes. And the finishers receive a locally crafted custom mug, and it's perfect for coffee or hot chocolate, or you can put a plant in it, whatever you want. That's cool mug to get. This is a popular event for us, Pioneer Days at Cannonsburg Village. And oh, by the way, the summer hours at Pioneer Village started on Saturday, longer hours, and it's open on Saturdays and Sundays now. The Pioneer Days is a free event for all ages on Saturday, April 22nd from 10 to 4. There's handmade crafts, hay rides, music by the Jake Leg Stompers and Stones River Bluegrass, clogging by the Mid-State Cloggers, The Murfreesboro Art League will have art on display and for sale, blacksmithing demonstrations with the Rutherford County Blacksmith Association, and a car show by the Stones River Car Club. There'll be food trucks, storytelling, hands-on demonstration, pottery, basket weaving, broom making, hay rides, and did I say food vendors? It's a fun day, and it's free. A lot of fun. Now, Grease, the school version, will be performed by our Perform Murfreesboro group at the Washington Theater, April 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. You can get your tickets online at murfreesboroparks.com. If you click on the register button, it'll take you to tickets. Or there's a link on the Murfreesboro Parks Washington Theater page as well. Nature in the Wild, Spring Art Fair. We have a couple of spots available for artists. This is artwork either about nature or made with nature. Coming up Saturday, May 13th. These are just a few of the things to put on your calendar. Conservation Days in May. Borough Beach opens the weekend of Memorial Day. And Juneteenth, which includes Kaleidoscope and Author's Night. That's coming up in June. Just put that on your calendar. We have just a few camps that are still open. The Overnight Backpacking, Zoologist Camp, and Broadway Junior Review still has some spots. If you haven't signed up and if you're interested, that would be, I would go ahead and jump on that. We do have a waiting list for the other camps. So if you weren't able to get into one of the other camps, you can get on the waiting list. Park Smart. Again, just a reminder to hide your stuff, don't put it on the front seat, lock your car and take your key. It's, the parks are beginning to be very active, and we just want to make sure everybody has an enjoyable time. Of course, there are a gazillion more programs and events at murfreesboroparks.com. Go to the calendar and click on the date that you want to see, or you can do a search by whatever activity you're interested in. And of course, all of our social media Facebook pages. Okay. Any questions?
Thanks, Melinda.
Thank you.
We are busy.
Yes.
And we couldn't do any of it without our dedicated and fantastic staff that we have. So hats off to all you guys.
Yep.
So that concludes our regular business. Nate, do you have something? Do we have some other business?
No other business, just a quick update item, Mr. Chairman. Tomorrow, we're going to be finalizing our interviews with design firms to design the Blackman Park on the west side of town off Veterans property. So that's something we're excited about. I'll give more of an update, maybe through our development services team, at a future commission meeting about that. But design will start in earnest once we select our design team and then go through contract negotiations. We've been tasked and charged. Mayor McFarland really wants to get some action happening out there, and we're working towards that.
Very good. Exciting times. Is there any other business? I want to mention the Siegel Soccer Pavilion. We opened it up, as Leroy mentioned, and had the ribbon cutting last week. How's that going?
Very busy, yeah.
Very busy.
We've had a lot of demand for it. Our partners that we have are already utilizing it. The team that you saw out there, if you came, was the Pre-Collegiate Development Academy. They've been using it some during the days, but there's a high demand for it, and it's really nice to see it in action.
It's huge.
It's big.
It is huge.
110,000 square feet.
Oh, my goodness. If there's no other business, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you.